Now we're gonna go look at another video. Where is it that I had saved? It's a thing that popped up on my Instagram. It's called Neuroscape. I kept seeing this guy.
Came up with a system you've never seen before in our cyberpunk card game. In most card games, when you play a character, you pay the cost once, and then that's it. But in Neuroscape, our character costs work more like a computer. You commit RAM to play a character, and then that RAM stays committed as long as that character stays in play. Then, if something happens to your RAM and you're not able to afford the characters you have out, your mainframe goes unstable. And you have to roll to see if your characters crash. This system adds a unique resource management aspect to the game and makes for some wild plays.
Okay.
Came up with a system you've never seen before.
So I saw that and I was like, ooh, what's that? So let's go take a look at the rules overview. I watched 11. Oh, it's 30 minutes. Okay. Let's see if we can do it. 30 minutes.
Hey everybody, welcome to Neuroscape, our cyberpunk trading card game. Today we're going to teach you how to play. First off, we're going to teach you how to install Tabletop Simulator on Steam and how to download our mod so you can jump into the Neuroscape.
Okay, so we don't need that.
I want to go to Steam and search the store for Tabletop Simulator and purchase a game. To begin, we'll just go over like the main goal of the game is to get your opponent's bioframe health or their mainframe health to 0. We're starting with a little extra here because of the mainframes that we chose, but we'll get into that later. All right, we're gonna go over some of the card types just to get you familiarized with everything. This is a mainframe card, and in the
So the guy on the right talks kind of flat, but at least it's clear. The guy on the left is a bit more dynamic, but he mumbles a lot to go faster. I fucking can't keep up.
corner it says
I'm gonna
MF,
read
so
the
mainframe. These will
I'm gonna read the subtitles.
shows, but we'll get into that later. All right, we're gonna go over some of the card types just to get you familiarized with everything. This is a mainframe card, and in the top corner it says MF, so you know it's a mainframe. These will have passive abilities.
You know they're going hard at it because he looks absolutely exhausted. Poor dude. I love the jackets too. All right.
That apply for the whole game. Your mainframe will start in play as well. It's going to start in your mainframe slot. It's kind of like a commander in Magic, except it starts already in play and it doesn't cost anything to get it out.
Okay.
These will have passive abilities. This one has, you begin the game with 2 bioframe health. Some will have activated abilities that will have this little button on the side with a cost on it. And you can activate those once per turn, similar to character cards.
This is a RAM card. RAM is the basic econ unit of our game. You use RAM to play characters, programs, cyberware. Pretty much any card that you want to play in the game takes RAM.
Okay.
That RAM cost is usually listed in the top right corner
So that's like mana, lands.
of the card. This is a 2 terabyte basic RAM. So this is going to be played down below your mainframe. The RAM attaches to your mainframe and powers it. You have a separate deck, which is composed entirely of RAM cards. And once per turn, you can take 1 or 2 or no.
RAM committed, RAM available, mainframe. So this right away is way more complex than Lorcana, the Disney game. And of course the aesthetics, like their art is fucking tight already.
Cards from this RAM deck and put it directly into play. There are also cards in the game that allow you to play extra RAM per turn. We'll get into that later when we get into the specifics of the game.
Okay.
When you run a RAM card as well, you just turn it sideways, similar to tapping in Magic. This is an example of a character card. This is a really basic character. It only costs 2 terabytes, as denoted in the top corner. It's called Operator. Its character type is listed in the middle. It says character hacker. It's also where you'll find if a card is a program or a cyberware.
Oh.
This one has 2 abilities, Index and Data Scrape. Both of the descriptions of those is below.
Put a RAM from your RAM deck into play running. Or data scrape, draw from your main deck and reveal until you get a program card. Put the cyberware card into your hand and put the other cards into your recycle bin.
And the little thing to the side of it is how much it costs to activate. You can only activate 1 ability per card per turn, unless you are boosting it with specific cards, but it's a pretty rare occasion. At the bottom here is your attack and defense. The top is attack, the bottom is defense. And this operates very similar to how Magic operates as far as character blocking and attacking.
This is a program card. This one's called System Error. Program cards are cards that you play. Usually they have a one-time effect. Sometimes they will stay in play. They're different than character cards. They don't have an attack and defense. They can't attack or defend.
So like
for you.
sorceries.
In this case, this is a virus program, which is a type of program that you play once on your opponent's mainframe. There are 3 different slots on the mainframe that you can play this on. We'll go into a little more detail on that later. But
Okay.
3 is the maximum number of cards you can have on a mainframe. This card, System Error, deals 2 damage to the opponent's mainframe health every turn in the beginning of their turn. This is a very useful card that kind of ticks your opponent down over time. This is just one example of programs.
So this is Riot Blade. Is a giant dagger that comes out of your arm, and it's 2 costs, so it's actually very cheap. This is a Cyber card. Cyber is in the center here. This is actually an arm slot. If you see on the side of it, it has these little golden pins, and that basically tells you that this has 2 level 1 arm slots on it. So basically, these level 1 arm slots will connect to level 1 arm slots on this operator.
Okay.
If these were level 3, you could still connect the level 1, but
And there's some at the top too.
if this Riot Blade was level 3 arm, because it's a higher powered cyberware, you wouldn't be able to connect it to a small character like operator.
Okay,
And
that's
those
cool.
also apply to, as you can see on the top and the bottom. The bottom is a body slot, and the top is the head slot.
Wow, they're really utilizing like every inch of the card. That's fucking intense.
And basically all the cyberware will have one type of slot, and the slot type is in the very center here. It'll say,
I wonder if they chose yellow so it's easier to read like in a dark kitchen, like late at night. You're all just drinking beer with the low light on.
the arm, body, or head. This one, your character just gets passive +2, +0 for 2 attack, 0 defense. And then it gets an added ability that you can activate that's 2 terabyte cost, and that deals 1 damage directly to any target. And then at the very bottom corner, there's a 4 here in a little skull. That's the psychosis value. Psychosis, just very briefly, is you take the character's defense, you take all of the cyberware that's attached to it, add up all of the psychosis, and then however much that goes over the character's defense is your die roll. Let's say in this scenario, if this was attached to operator, you would be 3 over your defense. So if you roll a 3 or below, this character would go into psychosis and it would attack you during your psychosis check.
This is an example of an environment card. Environments create a global effect. Basically, this is the...
I feel like psychosis is too much. I would put it as a... I guess it's to balance, but I would... So you don't have a guy that's like fully decked out. But I feel like... Could be like a extra rule, but so right now, why would I put the Riot Blade on the operator? He's like, just fucking attack me right away. He's so low in whatever mine health you said.
This is the digital space in which the battle is being fought, and you have the ability to change that by playing environment cards. An environment...
Each player may sacrifice 1 RAM per turn to draw 2 cards from the main deck. I'm just gonna go back a bit because I got distracted. The board looks great, by the way. Like I kind of want to test it out on tabletop. I don't really have the time. Well, I do have the time. I don't want to take the time right now. Also, because I suck at learning games by myself. Like I would need someone to show me.
During your psychosis check.
This is an example of an environment card. Environments create a global effect. Basically, this is the digital space in which the battle is being fought, and you have the ability to change that by playing environment cards. An environment generally affects a mechanic or a rule for all players involved in the game. So in the example of the grid, this has the effect of allowing each player to sacrifice 1 RAM per turn in order to...
Look at that art. Full art card, showcase art, extended art.
Draw 2 cards. Environments can have a lot of different effects, and they're a very interesting mechanic that you can, build all sorts of strategy around. One unique thing about environments is there can only be 1 in play at a time, most of the time. There is a specific exception to that, which we're probably not going to cover in here, but it's called the multiverse.
It's set up for 2 players. Okay.
That's for a later video. But generally speaking, there can only be one environment in play at a time. So if somebody else plays another environment when there's one in play, the one in play goes into the recycle bin and is replaced by the new one. So you can actually replace your opponent's environments to one that suits your needs more by playing another one. So it kind of becomes a back and forth battle of playing these environments.
All right, so this is the standard board for the match. There's some optional mainframes over here. Basically, you want to pick a mainframe that kind of synergizes with your deck. In these starter decks, they're kind of, one is really focused on mainframe, one is really focused on bioframe attack. So we are going with 2+ bioframe health on my end and a 2+ mainframe health on his end.
Bioframe, mainframe.
And another thing, just like as a very general overview, is like there are kind of 2 lanes of battle. Your characters are attacking the bioframe, and your programs and abilities are attacking the mainframe.
That's cool.
Those kind of cross over a little bit in places, but for the most part, like characters aren't able to attack the mainframe directly. They're only able to attack the bioframe, and you can't really block any programs with characters.
Okay.
Unless they have character destroyers or counters or things like that. But all right, let's do it.
Go for
Start
it.
the game by drawing 5 cards from your main deck.
5.
This also, by the way, this right side is your main deck. The left side.
The cards look sick. There's so much work already has been going into this, and money, I guess. I don't know if they designed the art themselves. I can't imagine they do.
That is your RAM deck. The RAM deck only has RAM in it. Eventually, it will have special types of RAM mixed into it, but right now it just has basic RAM.
Okay.
So you draw 5 from your main deck to start, and then you have a poker style redraw. So you can put as many cards as you want back and then draw the same amount of cards. I'm not going to do that in this scenario because I have what I want.
So at this point,
Win
both
con.
characters are going to roll a d20, and mine is...
Keep it. We're keeping it.
for
Here, roll again. I got a 17.
I have rolled 10. All right, so the player who wins the die roll gets to select if they want to go first or second.
So on your first turn, the first
Flip the table. Just ask that. Sorry, it's not that funny.
player who goes only gets to draw 1 card. They can draw from their main deck, but there's no reason to. You need RAM to play cards, so you're going to draw 1 RAM.
Okay.
On the second player's turn and every turn after that, you can draw 2 cards from either your main deck, 2 main, 2 RAM, or 1 of each.
Okay.
So you kind of get to decide if you're going to go more econ. That
A guy I played Magic with got sick of being mana flooded or not having enough mana, and he wanted us to try Commander with that side rule. We never tried it, but then these guys made it a game. That's cool.
turn, if you're going to go more utility that turn, or if you're going to kind of split it and go evenly. I will run this 2 terabytes of RAM to play Operator. And then, unlike Magic, there is no summoning sickness on characters, so they can attack and activate abilities immediately after coming into play. That is not possible for me to run any of his abilities because I don't have any more RAM available. So I'm going to attack for 1. And when you attack with a character, you run it and it goes sideways like that.
So in this case, since I don't have a blocker, that is going to deal 1 damage to my bioframe health, taking me down from 20 to 19.
And now I pass the turn to you. We have these little cards on the side that let you figure out what turn stage you're in. Very helpful. Anything that has little 3 arrows next to it is a swift check. A swift check is basically similar to an instant in Magic. It's something that you can play at any time. Every character ability is swift, so you can play character abilities as long as the characters are not run at any time. And any cards that are scripts are swifts. At the moment, I think that those are kind of the only things that are swift. In the future, these cards will have that little 3 arrows on them if they are swift, so you'll be able to check very quickly and see, but they're still being redesigned. One thing I forgot to mention as well, when I put this character out, characters commit RAM. So this is a very unique aspect of this game. When you put a character out, this RAM goes from your available RAM to your committed RAM. It stays run, and at the beginning of your turn, any of your committed RAM does not refresh. The only way you can get this RAM back is if your character is destroyed, or if you choose to force quit your character in your force quit stage.
Okay.
The other thing that you can do to your opponent.
That's kind of cool. So if you have like little weenie guys you don't need anymore because you want to cast a big thing or run a big thing, you can just sack them, let them go, and then you get your RAM back on the available. That's cool.
It's like more of an advanced thing, is you can destroy their RAM, and if you did have RAM, like let's say Alex destroyed this RAM right here, when I had this character on the board, that actually throws me into a stability check, which means my mainframe goes unstable. I don't have enough RAM to run what I have out on the board, and I have to roll a d20 for each character that's out on the board. Even if I have RAM available to run some of them, if the whole mainframe goes unstable, everything goes unstable. You have to roll for each character. Gets kind of chaotic. The rolls for that are 10 or below, destroys the character, and 11 or above, the character is okay, like and lives to see
death check in D&D.
If you are underpowered at the beginning of your turn, every single turn that you're underpowered at the beginning of your turn, you will have to roll for stability. So you want to make sure you're either force quitting stuff to allocate, like get RAM back, or you're playing more RAM. You're alt-4ing your programs or firing your staff to make sure you're stable next turn. That's kind of a more advanced thing though, and not something that comes up a lot in every match.
All right, so now it's my turn. It is not the first turn of the game, so now I get to choose between drawing 2 cards in any combination I want from my main deck or my RAM deck. In this case, I'm going to choose to take 2 cards from my RAM deck. So I take those, turn them over, put them in my available RAM here. So these are refreshed and able to be used. So I have 4 terabytes total. And then I'm going to use 2 terabytes. I run it and move it to my committed, because I'm using it to play Scrapper. Scrapper is a 1 attack, 1 defense character. Scrapper is hot. That costs 2 terabytes, and much like the operator character, she has 2 different abilities. So now I have this character in play. I am going to attack with it. So I run the character, and then we go to my opponent's blocker stage. His character, his operator, is running currently, so he's not able to block with it. Characters that are running can't attack or block or use abilities. So tapped. He will take 1 damage to his bioframe. On the Instagram minis shorts that I saw, another thing I said is like, if you play Magic, that they said, sorry, is if you play Magic, this game's gonna be very instinctive to you. And I think that's what we have to accept now. Magic has been there for so long, it's not going anywhere. And it's really hard to pierce the market. Like, they try with Flesh and Blood. I fucking hated Flesh and Blood. They tried hard. But I think Magic was also trying to like copyright their mechanics, like tapping and stuff like that. But it failed, and now people can use it to use for their own games. And then that will be the end of my turn. Pass the turn.
All right, now it's my second turn. I can draw 2, so I'm going to draw 2 RAM here. I'm going to refresh. This RAM is not going to refresh because it is still running operator. And then I am going to run Index for 4 terabytes, where I put a RAM from my RAM deck into play running. So I pull 1 more. And already running. And these 2 will run because I ran Index. Okay. They're ramping hard. For 1 with operator. And Alex will take 1 bioframe.
So I can't block, and I take 1 bioframe, taking me down to 18.
And it's your turn.
All right. So I'm going to take another RAM. Boop. And then I'm going to take 1 from my main deck. Oh. Then I'm going to refresh my character here, so it's not running anymore. This committed RAM does not refresh because it's committed, like we mentioned. So now I have 4 available RAM to use. I'm going to use Scrapper's Scrap Heap ability. So to do that, I run 4 terabytes of RAM, and then I take another RAM, and I put it into play, and it's already running, so I can't use
It's the same.
When you use a character's ability, you can only use one ability per character per round.
Okay.
But you can use a character's ability and also attack or defend with it. So I'm going to attack with Scrapper.
We're basically doing the same thing because these characters are both RAM finders.
Return target cyberware card from your recycle bin into your hard scavenge.
They're very cheap cost characters, but you basically use them to help snowball your econ a little bit early game, and help you get bigger characters and programs out later.
Pass the turn to you.
Heal. I will refresh all my available RAM, and I will install system error on your.
Oh, you didn't draw?
4. Anything that you're installing, program-wise, basically anything except for characters, does not commit RAM. So this RAM will be available next turn when it refreshes. Right now I can't use it, but that's how that works. So this virus that I installed on his mainframe, this is mainframe over here. This virus I installed during his maintenance stage, which is the very first stage of his turn, he will take 2 damage to his mainframe every single turn until that is destroyed or force quit. I could force quit it, but there's no reason I would do that because it's gonna try and kill him. This guy is refreshed from my last turn, and I will not attack. And it is your turn.
Did I miss that he didn't draw?
Anything that you.
Sorry, I'm going back because I don't understand. He
You can use
attacked.
a character's ability and also attack or defend with it.
Did they talk about it in the description? Oh yeah, turn 3 you didn't draw any cards. Good catch. After turn 1 is always draw to total 2. That was a mistake. It was hard to explain all rules and also remember to do everything at the same time. This was just a rough pass to get out quickly. We're hoping to have some detailed tutorials put together shortly. Nice. Getting this looks great, fellas.
So I'm going to attack with Scrapper.
We're basically doing the same thing because.
Oh yeah, okay, so we saw that. So they cut everything up, installing a virus. So they probably this already predetermined what they want to show us how to play it, right?
Well, those are fun.
Oh wait, sorry, just a bit.
Oh yes, you did play your system.
First thing,
The first thing I have to decide is what cards I want to draw.
first thing you have to decide is taking damage.
Oh.
Oh yes, you did play your system error. So yes, the first thing that will happen is I take 2 damage to my main.
Seems like there's a lot of steps, but it's like untap, upkeep, draw, right? But when we saw the card on the side, there were a lot of things.
Frame from this system error. Then I'm going to draw 2 cards from my main deck. Well, those are fun. And then I'm going to refresh all of my RAM, my characters. We are going to run.
So you draw before you untap.
2 RAM to play a program. This program is called Hyperclock.
Girl.
So Hyperclock is a program that costs 2 terabytes to play, and it allows you, as an additional cost, you have to pay 3 of your mainframe health. And it gives you 6 terabytes of RAM until the end of turn. So
Oh, like Dark Ritual.
It doesn't stay with you. You can use it on this turn, and if you don't use it on this turn, it disappears. So I'll pay the 3 health there. This card, because it's a program, an EXE card, it goes directly into my recycle bin. So now I have an extra 6 RAM to play with. I'm going to run another of my RAM cards. So now I have 8 total. And I'm going to use that to play this Iron Oni card.
Oh shit.
This is an 8 terabyte cost character. It has 5 attack and 3 defense, and it has the ability Silent Execution.
Can we say it, yellow guy? Thank you.
Then
Fucking sick fucking art. Holy shit. And he can have like tons of fucking upgrades. Cybernetic Samurai, Silent Execution, dual target character. Run your character, then both characters deal their damage to each other. So they fight. If, like magic fight. If Iron Oni destroys this character, deal 3 damage to the controller's bioframe. A ruthless enforcer of the Yakuza in the city, the Iron Oni is the top of the food chain. If Iron Oni destroys this character, deal 3 damage to the controller's bioframe.
Run my remaining RAM for 2 terabytes to play this cyberware. So, as we mentioned in the opening of the video, cyberware attaches 2 different slots on the characters. This one has slots on the side, and it says it's an arm cyberware, so this will attach on the left or the right arm of the character. See how the slots...
The Oni's got a gun!
This Iron Oni has level 3 cyberware slots donated by the 3 gold pins here, so it can equip a level 3, 2, or 1, any level of cyberware.
0 psychosis.
This is a level 2 arm slot, so this is eligible to go on this character. So this will give Iron Oni +2 attack and +0 defense. It has 0 psychosis because it's just a gun. It's something they're holding. It's not attached to their body, so this won't actually affect the psychosis values.
Ah, that's the logic.
So with that said, I'm going to move into my battle stage, and I am going to attack with my Iron Oni. So currently that is a 7 attack, 3 defense character.
Because he's getting the 2 plus attack from the Spectre 9mm.
He can attack
so
right away.
So he's a big thicko now.
Thicko?
That's doing 7, you said?
Oosh.
Okie dokie, I'll take it.
Okie dokie.
Takes the 7.
You don't block?
And that is the end of my turn. I passed the turn.
Can't block.
Let's see
Untap.
what we want to do.
Are you gonna draw? Slay. Black Hat 8. Fuck, so cool, the art. Just the art, for me the art is very important. Dark web hacker. Malicious code. Disable 2 times target RAM until the end of its owner's next turn. Run error. Destroy target character. So when you run it, it's just free. It's like an evil cyberpunk gambit dude. But it costs 14 total to destroy a target character. But destroy target character, that seems fucking strong. Good and evil are all a matter of perspective. Code is absolute.
Yeah, we want to do that. So I'm going to take 1 from my RAM and 1 from my main.
There you go. What did you draw?
And then... Ooh, actually, it's not a great idea. Oh, that's a great idea. We will put this riot blade on our operator.
Mm-hmm.
Has a 1 slot, and it's a 1 slot on the operator, so it's an arm. It has 4 psychosis, so I will have to take a psychosis check this turn. But,
okay, and you tap.
Once that is on there...
You don't use your terabyte? Got a crown. Fucking Weapon X Wolverine. Who made that art? That's sick. You may sacrifice data crown to counter or destroy target program.
No, I don't need that.
Run target character.
We'll do...
Ah, you cancel it. You tap it.
He's got a very powerful character right now, so it's a little bit... Gotta choose my moves wisely.
Yep. I still don't know if it's, you know, like main phase, combat phase, main phase, like in Magic, or if it's something else.
I will. So I ran 2 for Riot Blade, and then I will.
Psychosis check.
Go ahead and install. Oops. Install this Data Crown on
On the head.
operator as
Okay.
well, because it's 2 slot for the head. This is a 1 head
You got
slot.
6.
This is a little bit of a risky move because both of these together makes 10 psychosis. This has a 6, this has a 4. He's only a 1 defense character, so I'm gonna be a 9 or below is going to make me attack myself. And then I will use my last ram to run slash, which deals 1 direct damage to Scrapper.
That is enough to kill her, so she goes into the recycle bin.
He's recycled the
And
body
then
parts.
I will go ahead and attack for 3 because I have 2+ from the right blade. Or sorry, before I attack, my bad. Before I attack, I need to roll for psychosis. So right now, I got 4 from right blade. I got 6 from data crown. That's a 10 minus my 1 defense. That means 9 or below. I'm gonna attack myself.
So you gotta roll over the total of the psychosis cost minus the defense of the character.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Whee!
Oh, we rolled.
Critical fail, baby!
Okay, cool. Then I take 3 damage to myself. Neato. And then this character is run because it attacked. And it is your turn.
And to quickly elaborate on what just happened, whenever you move into your combat stage, that is when you need to roll for characters if you have someone in psychosis.
Maintenance stage, untap, upkeep, draw. Card, stability, force quit. Draw a total of 2 from RAM or main deck. So draw, install all RAM, refresh all cards. So you untap at the end, except committed RAM. Primary stage, deploy. Characters, programs, cyber. So main phase, battle stage, secondary stage. Okay, it's the same. Final stage.
So you have a
And
battle stage. The psychosis check is where you need to roll for psychosis, and then you declare your attackers. So it's something that happens before you're able to choose what you're attacking with. And once you do go psychotic from that, you attack yourself, and that character can no longer attack the opponent.
And
He's speaking way less fast because it's a complex game and he's committed RAM to his brain program, which I appreciate.
an important point on that, you are allowed to block your own character. When you move to the blocker stage, if you have one of your characters attacking yourself, you can block that character with one of your own characters. Although it's going to make you sad because you're probably going to kill one of your characters.
It's psycho!
Sometimes that's better than dying. All right, so
Most
to start
of the
my
time.
turn, I'm going to take 2 damage from this system error that is still on my mainframe. And then I'm going to... actually, we're going to show a mechanic that we just talked about earlier.
Yeah.
So I played the hyperclock to pay for this Iron Oni. But now that extra RAM is gone, I don't have enough to pay for the persistent cost. This takes 8 terabytes. I only have the 3
Ooh,
here.
fantastic.
These 3 automatically go over to try to cover... actually, wait, that's wrong. Because my scrapper is dead, so I do actually have... I have 8 terabytes of committed RAM.
So basically, all of his available RAM would immediately go commit to his character, because that in the previous turn was having the extra RAM from the hyperclock, but now he still has enough RAM to run that. It just goes from available to committed.
Just barely enough, and that's only because the scrapper was destroyed last time. If that
guys-
happened, then I would have gone it.
The guy's OCD to like place the cards back. I love it.
RAM to run that, it just goes from available to committed.
Just barely enough, and that's only because the scrapper was destroyed last turn. If that hadn't happened, then I would have gone unstable, and I would have had to roll a d20 to see if this Iron Oni stays alive.
Okay.
All right, this is the point of the game where if you forgot to put your cool cyberpunk glasses on,
Oh shit.
put those on now.
Fuck. Do I have cool sunglasses on? No? I don't. Shit.
Very important part of the game. Really critical that you have those on.
Okay.
Part of the on your turn, it's in the maintenance stage.
Exactly. All right, so it is my turn. The first thing I'm going to do is take...
He has the Morpheus sunglasses. Let's just clip. I want to watch him put them again.
To see if this Iron Oni stays alive. All right, this is the point of the game where if you forgot to put your cool cyberpunk glasses on, you put those on now. Very important part of the game.
And he's got
really
gas station Ray-Ban,
It's part of the on your turn. It's in the maintenance stage.
which I own the same.
All right,
That's
so
what
it's
I
my
wear
turn.
too.
The first thing I'm going to do is take 2 mainframe damage from this system error here. And
Okay.
then I am going to draw 2 cards from
Bloop.
my RAM deck.
Blue.
Those are going to come into play refreshed and ready to use.
Nice.
Then I'm going to refresh my Iron Oni here,
Yep.
which still has
With
this,
the gun.
Spectre 9mm cyberware attached to it. And then I am going to see here. Then I'm going to run 4 terabytes to
Murder.
play Setu Simulation,
Oh.
which is an environment card. So Setu Simulation, its ability is that each player gains 2 mainframe health during the beginning of their turn.
Look at this art.
So this is helpful for me because currently Connor is trying to kill my mainframe health, but I'm trying to kill his bioframe health. So this puts me at a bit of an advantage because we're both going to be gaining mainframe health, but I'm trying to attack his mainframe health.
Oh, the mainframe, not the
I'm going
bioframe.
to move to my battle stage, and I'm going to attack with Iron Oni. To do that, I run him, and he is currently a 7 attack, 3 defense character.
No
I
blockers.
have to take it because I cannot block. Down to 3 bioframe. We'll see how this goes.
3 hours later.
Good game. GG's.
Very close game. Connor went 1 health, all the way to winning. And that is the power of the singularity.
For now.
So this gave you a good overview of the basic rules. There's a lot of specific rules and intricacies to the game, but hopefully that's a good overview. If you want to learn more about
Looks
those
like
rules,
it.
we have a full document with a breakdown of all the rules, including things like order of operation, dual mechanics, some of the more advanced subjects. But this is kind of just enough to get you started and get you playing. And most important part of the game is have fun while you're doing it.
Yay. I wear cool sunglasses.
Also, always win. That's another important
Yes,
part of the
that's
game.
another, have fun, but also always win.
Always win.
Definitely have fun, but also destroy your opponent's will to continue playing.
Comput.
Exactly.
And no, definitely have fun.
magic.
But also, we're in Discord all the time. If you hop in there, ask questions, share your decks.
I'm
If
gonna
you build,
join your Discord,
decks in the
bros.
Custom deck builder. We have a custom deck builder workshop mod as well, and that's where you can kind of build a deck. One little tip on that, just to end the video, is if you build a deck in there, put it all in a stack. If you right-click it,
Sorry. My bad. What? Oh, I messed it up. I'll do it after. Let's go back a bit. I'll do it after.
That's another have fun, but also always win.
definitely have fun, but also destroy your opponent's will to continue playing.
Exactly.
And no, definitely have fun. But also, we're in Discord all the time. If you hop in there, ask questions, share your decks. If you're building decks in the custom deck builder, we have a custom deck builder workshop mod as well. And that's where you can kind of build a deck. One little tip on that, just to end the video, is if you build a deck in there, put it all in a stack. If you right-click it, you can click Save Object, give it a name, and then when you want to load it into this map, you go to Objects, Saved Objects, and all your decks will be here. You can drag them in and then use them to play to your heart's content. Thank you for watching, and hopefully this video wasn't way too long, but we actually do plan to make a very brief summarized version of this video, more edited. We just wanted to get this out there so that there was an easy way to kind of get up to speed on the rules without reading through all of the specific details.
No, it's great. I feel like I can play.
And keep cyberpunking.
There you go.
and shooting, just being in the mainframe and stuff.
Yeah.
Be cool and stay in school, or don't. We're not your parents.
Can you be my parents? All right, very cool. I need to take a shit, so I'll take a break here. And if it's on YouTube, and that's gonna be where I stop. I don't know why I said that, but for Twitch, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Yeah.